All right, let's go ahead and create a crouching animation. So I'm going to open up my hero. And I'm just going to open up this guy. Copy it. New animation. I'm going to call it crouch. Create in Piskel. Make sure it's the same, 64 by 64. Paste it. And I'm just going to cut this down. And then I will make this silver. So I'm just making a pie tin. And then like a pie crusty color. Maybe some That's horrible. That looks terrible. That's not happening. All right, we'll just do some steam. Okay. So there's my pie. I'm going to edit the collision masks. And my collision mask up here is all wackaroony. All right, that's good. Okay. So, crouch, animation number 5, apply. Go to my events, player, new event. And it's going to be key pressed. And we'll make it the Z key. Change animation by name from my hero. Crouch. Okay. Preview it. And now hopefully when I hit Z, it turns into the pie, right? And I can just live like the pie. And this would be for like sliding under things or whatever. All right, so next thing it's do is move this out a little bit and create a new object, sprite. And we'll call this wall. Create with Piskel. 64 by 64. And I'm just gonna make this a wall. And then I'm gonna create a second one. Let's name this one wall small. And I'm just gonna copy it. And I'm gonna name this one wall tall. Create with Piskel. 64 wide. All right, 64 by 256. And I'm going to paste this and move it down. Good enough. New frame, new layer. Oh, I want to duplicate this, not new frame, but duplicate. Paste that layer. And then duplicate, new frame, paste. Duplicate, new frame, paste. Okay, so you can see it's building up, right? That's going to be our animation. And I don't want to loop this time because I want it to happen once and that's it. And let's give it the platform behavior and bring it in. Okay. Let's preview it. And I can stand on top of the wall. If I wanted, I can move it down a little bit. Preview it. Now I can slide under with my crouch. Okay, so now what I want to happen is when I collide with the wall, I want the wall to build up. So let's go to our events, add a new events, hero, collision, the wall, and then we want to change the animation by name of our wall. So wall tall. Okay. So when he hits the wall is going to switch from wall small to wall tall. Let's preview it. And I'll jump up here. And it went downward instead of upward. So there are two ways you could fix this. One is sloppy and one is pro. So we're going to go pro, of course. To do this, we need to open up our wall. And what we're going to mess with, first of all, are points. So edit points. And this right here is the origin. So 0 and 0 for this object. And this is the center. And then when we go to our second animation, we see that the origin is here and the center is here. Right, so if this is the origin, it's going to go downwards because we're all based on the top. So what I'm going to do is move this to 0 and 64, right? 0 and 64. And this one goes to 32 and 64. And if I have it shared the same points for all animations, that is this spot right here, right? Because it's 32 down. I'm sorry, 64 down and 32 over. So what I want to do is turn off share the same points, right? Because I don't want to have the same points. And I want to move this so I'm at 0 and 256 and then 32 and 256. So now my animations are both at the bottom and in the middle and bottom in the middle, right? So they're both starting from the same exact spot. Let's go ahead and hit apply, check out. our game. Preview it. And it's not working. It's not working. It's still building from the down up. So let's check out what's happening. Okay. They look right. But don't forget, we have other frames, right? And these frames are stuck up here. So we're starting off at the same spot, but then this one switches on the next frame of the animation. So we need to bring these ones down as well. And that was 0, 256, 32, 256. And the same for this one, 0, 256, 32, 256. Zero, 256, 32, 256. Now all my frame points are at the same spot, right? So each frame that switches, it still goes to this spot. So let's apply it, and this time let's test it out. Hey, it worked. Oh, but we have a problem. I can go through this wall, right? So even though, update this real fast. Let me just die. So even though I can actually stand on this, right, then it turns into not really a platform. And the reason for that, let's open up our wall. It's these collision masks. So what I'm going to do is edit the collision mask. And you can see, I'll hit custom collision mask. You can see everything in this box will be part of the collision. So when you touch any of this part in this area, you're hitting the collision. Which is cool for this one, but when we switch over, my collision is over here, right? So this is the only part we can stand on. All this you're just going to be able to walk through. So what we need to do is move this mask for each frame. Right? So we don't want the same collision masks for each animation, right? We want different ones for different animations. And we want different collision masks for all sprites in this animation. So this is fine, because everything's covered. But this one we need to change. All right, there's my first one. Second one. Third one. Apply it. Apply it. Preview it. And now I can't walk through it anymore. All right. Let's open up our hero. Check out the collision mask and just make sure that your collision mask is in the right spot, right? So that right when the pumpkin actually touches the collision, it actually happens. All right, next, let's go ahead and go back to our objects, create a new object, sprite. Call this bones. Create with Piscal. And we'll go 64 by 64. And then just create, I don't know, some sort of skeleton. Bones. Okay. So there's our skeleton bones. And we'll call this main. And I'm going to duplicate that. I'm sorry, copy it. Copy. Add a new animation. And I'll call this one move. Or I'll call it delay, because that's what we're doing right now. It's a delay. Create with Piscal. I'm going to paste it in. Oh, no, I'm not. It's messed up. Right, it's 512. We want it 64 by 64. There we go. All right. So now what I'm going to do is use my eraser. I'm going to just duplicate this. And I'm going to run a line through it. Duplicate, run a line through it. Duplicate, maybe run a smaller line through it. Duplicate, an even smaller line through it. Duplicate, bigger line because it's going to take too long. Duplicate, 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 and then one more for good measure. Save it. Okay, so we have bone one, our main and delay. I'm going to apply it. And let's go to our events. And I'm just going to add a new collision. Let me move this collision up here for housekeeping. And it didn't move. All right. I'm just going to copy this one. And I'm just going to change collision with a wall to collision with bones. And I'm going to change the animation of bones to delay. And let's go to our scene. Bring in bones. And preview. All right, so when I hit the bones, it goes right away. And I want it to like wait a couple seconds before it happens. So to do that, we're just going to add a delay. So here it was in collision with bones, change animation bones to delay. I'm going to add an action, call it delay. No, it's not delay, it's wait. Wait 2 seconds. Okay. Now I'm going to move this up because I want it to wait first, then change the animation. Here we go. Let's try it. 1, 2. Yeah. And that's how you delay. Okay?